Hello again. I am trying to upload new videos for you almost every day. Please don't forget to like it if you like the videos. And if you don't like it, don't forget to dislike it. And if you subscribe, you will have a very good support. Mountain is the name given to land masses that are higher than the surrounding terrestrial areas. The adjective mountainous is used to describe mountain-covered and covered areas. There are many mountains in the world, and the reason for their emergence is different. While some mountains are formed by the compaction of the ground, some mountains are formed by the lava coming to the earth and freezing. The source of the lava volcanoes is a very hot mass called magma. 54% of Asia, 36% of North America, 25% of Europe, 22% of South America, 17% of Australia and 3% of Africa it is covered with mountains. 24% of the Earth's terrestrial mass is entirely mountainous. 10% of people live in mountainous areas. Most of the world's rivers are fed by mountainous resources, and more than half of humanity is dependent on mountains for water. All mountains are not just on Earth. There are mountains on other planets. Examples of these are Venus Gila Mountain, 3 kilometers, and covers an area close to Turkey's half. The highest mountain in the solar system is Olympus Mons on Mars, 25 kilometers, are examples. Apart from these, 8 kilometers high on the Moon and 18 kilometers high on Mars can be given, but the elevation of these mountains is measured from the surface of the planet, and the mountains on Mars are extinct volcanoes. The highest peak in the Himalaya Mountains, the highest mountains in the world, Everest Hill, is at an altitude of 8,850 meters. If you thought Mount Everest is big, you got to read this article. In the list of the tallest mountains in the solar system, Everest comes in at number 13, and it is not even the tallest one on Earth. The tallest mountain on Earth is Mauna Kea in Hawaii. Much of Mauna Kea is below sea level. When measured from its oceanic base, its height is 33,100 feet, 10,100 meters, more than twice Mount Everest's base to peak height of 11,980 to 15,260 feet, 3,650 to 4,650 meters, making it the tallest mountain on Earth. Here are top 10 tallest mountains in the solar system. 10. Limb Mountain, Oberon. World, Oberon, moon of Uranus. Height, 11 kilometers, 7 miles, approximately. Origin, impact. Oberon, also designated Uranus IV, is the outermost major moon of the planet Uranus. It is the second largest and second most massive of the Uranian moons, and the ninth most massive moon in the solar system. A peak with a height of about 11 kilometers was observed in some Voyager images near the southeastern limb of Oberon, which may be the central peak of a large impact basin with a diameter of about 375 kilometers. Oberon's surface is intersected by a system of canyons. 9. Arsia Mons, Mars. World, Mars. Height, 11.7 kilometers, 7.3 miles. Origin, volcanic. Arsia Mons is the southernmost of 3 volcanoes on the Tharsis Bulge near the equator of the planet Mars. The tallest mountain in the solar system, Olympus Mons, is to its northwest. Its name comes from a corresponding albedo feature on a map by Giovanni Schiaparelli, which he named in turn after the legendary Roman forest of Arsia Silva. Arsia Mons is a shield volcano with a relatively low slope and a massive caldera at its summit. The caldera is 108 to 138 kilometers, 67 to 86 miles across. Recent work provides evidence for glaciers on Arsia Mons at both high and low elevations. As of 2007, 7 putative cave entrances have been identified in satellite imagery of the flanks of Arsia Mons. 8. Eubea Montes, low. World, Io, Jupiter's moon. Height, 10.3 to 13.4 kilometers, 6.4 to 8.3 miles. Origin, tectonic. Eubea Montes is a mountain on Io, a moon of Jupiter. It was formed by tilting of a crustal block, with subsequent modification by a very large landslide. It is football-shaped. 7. Elysium Mons, Mars. World, Mars. Height 12.6 kilometers, 7.8 miles. Origin, volcanic. Elysium Mons is a volcano on Mars located in the volcanic province Elysium in the Martian Eastern Hemisphere. It stands above the surrounding lava plains. Its diameter is about 240 kilometers (150 miles), with a summit caldera of about 14 kilometers (8.7 miles) across. Elysium Mons was discovered in 1972 in images returned by the Mariner 9 orbiter. 6. Ionian Mons East Ridge (Io). World (Io), Jupiter's moon. Height 12.7 kilometers (7.9 miles). Origin, tectonic. The second tallest mountain in Io satellite has the form of a curved double ridge. It has a typical canonical form. 5. Ascraeus Mons, Mars. World, Mars. Height 14.9 kilometers (9.3 miles). Origin, volcanic. Ascraeus Mons is a large shield volcano located in the Tharsis region of the planet Mars. It is the northernmost and tallest of three shield volcanoes collectively known as the Tharsis Montes. Ascraeus Mons was discovered by the Mariner 9 spacecraft in 1971. The volcano was originally called North Spot because it was the northernmost of only 4 spots visible on the surface due to a global dust storm that was then enshrouding the planet. As the dust cleared, the spots were revealed to be extremely tall volcanoes whose summits had projected above the dust-laden, lower atmosphere. The volcano's name officially became Ascraeus Mons in 1973. 4. Busal Montes, Io. World, Io, Jupiter's moon. Height 17.5 to 18.2 kilometers, 10.9 to 11.3 miles. Origin, tectonic. More than 135 mountains have been identified on the surface of Jupiter's moon Io. Despite the extensive active volcanism taking place on Io, most mountains on Io are formed through tectonic processes. These structures average 6 kilometers (4 miles) in height and reach a maximum of 17.5 plus or minus 1.5 kilometers (10.9 plus or minus 1 mile) at South Busal Montes. Mountains often appear as large. The average mountain is 157 kilometers (98 miles) long, isolated structures with no apparent global tectonic patterns outlined, in contrast to the situation on Earth. 3. Equatorial Ridge, Iapetus. World, Iapetus, Saturn's moon. Height 20 kilometers (12 miles). Origin, uncertain. Iapetus is the third largest natural satellite of Saturn, 11th largest in the Solar System. Iapetus is best known for its dramatic two-tone coloration, but discoveries by the Cassini mission in 2007 have revealed several other unusual features, such as a massive equatorial ridge that runs 3/4 of the way around Iapetus. The equatorial ridge runs along the equator and it is about 1,300 kilometers long, 20 kilometers wide, and 13 kilometers high. Some peaks in the ridge rise more than 20 kilometers above the surrounding plains. It is not clear how the ridge formed. One difficulty is to explain why it follows the equator almost perfectly. There are at least 4 current hypotheses, but none of them explains why the ridge is confined to the equator. 2. Olympus Mons, Mars. World, Mars. Height 21.9 kilometers (14 miles). Origin, volcanic. Olympus Mons is a very large shield volcano on the planet Mars. It has a height of nearly 22 kilometers (14 miles). Olympus Mons stands almost 3 times as tall as Mount Everest's height above sea level. It is the youngest of the large volcanoes on Mars, having formed during Mars's Amazonian period. It had been known to astronomers since the late 19th century. Its mountainous nature was suspected well before space probes confirmed its identity as a mountain. 1. Rheasilvia Central Peak, Vesta. World, Vesta asteroid. Height 22 kilometers (14 miles). Origin, impact. Rheasilvia is the most prominent surface feature on the asteroid Vesta and is believed to be an impact crater. It is 505 kilometers (314 miles) in diameter, which is 90% the diameter of Vesta itself and covers most of the southern hemisphere. It was discovered in Hubble images in 1997, but was not named until the arrival of the Dawn spacecraft in 2011. It is named after Rheasilvia, a mythological Vestal virgin, and mother of the founders of Rome. It is estimated that the impact responsible excavated about 1% of the volume of Vesta, and it is likely that the Vesta family and V-type asteroids are the products of this collision. If this is the case, then the fact that 10 km fragments have survived bombardment until the present indicates that the crater is at most about 1 billion years old. Thank you for watching. We make interesting, fun, sometimes weird videos on the persFACTive channel. Our goal is to provide you with catchy, interesting, funny, bizarre videos as often as possible. I hope I can make you have a couple of fun minutes. Please follow the channel for more information. See you in the next video.